Once upon a time, actually it was 14 years ago, I met a wonderful human being, not rabbit. A human being who enchanted my heart with very precious values of trust, kindness, patience, empathy and generosity. These values I find so rare in this materialistically driven, drowning world. And since I met this very special human being, I have always wondered where this beautiful, warm-hearted human came from. Why he was so different from others. And I dreamt of finding a way to see, experience the place that made him Pakistan. We've just landed on Mars. I didn't know it was so close to Earth. Quickly, Mr. Rabbit, quickly, you can do it, you can do it! I have to celebrate landing on Mars. Smile! Come on, give me a smile. A few years later, after we've met, Mr. Rabbit told me a story about his childhood. And when he was telling me that story, he had that special sparkle in his eyes. It was a story about the very special taste of Coca-Cola that he experienced in his village before he moved to England. When he moved to England, Coca-Cola, out of plastic bottles, never tasted the same. He said. And in that moment in time, however many years back it was, I knew that I wanted to take him back to his childhood. This was my why. I wanted to visit Pakistan. So another beautiful spot on this journey with this ninja turtle. Yeah, so what would you like to say here? What's that behind you?
That is majestic, isn't it? Absolutely.
What is it?
Blown away. It's Rakaposhi. Rakaposhi, as I say.
Which is the 27th highest mountain peak in the world. And how high is it?
And the 12th highest in Pakistan.
12th highest. And how high is it?
It's over 7,000 meters.
Absolutely.
7,788 meters.
We can prove it here. And again, the Pakistani and the Polish connection.
We conquered it
There you go, see?
in 1979.
That's the best recipe for success. Difficult one?
So I knew you wanted to know the most difficult one. So the most difficult one was conquered in 1979 by a Pakistani and Polish group of people. And that's using the most difficult route upwards. But this slightly easier version, I think, was captured a few years earlier, 1958 in fact, and that was by a Pakistani and British contingency.
See, so we met in Great Britain. I'm Polish, you're Pakistani. And all three
Here we are.
countries met
In 1979.
in 1979 to climb this beauty. Beautiful. And when I arrived in Pakistan, guess what happened? I got enchanted once again by the heartfelt values of kindness, generosity, and one more very special thing, the shyness of so many beautifully smiling faces of children in their so modest and simple, yet so full of joy childhood. Children being intrigued by who I was and so grateful for every moment of attention I gave them. And you know, among all of those children I spent time with, I had visions of little Mr. Rabbit, just like them, many years ago, running around with his Coca-Cola bottle. And then I saw another part of the story. I saw those little, kind, shy, innocent children begging me for money. And that caused pain in my heart, a sharp pain of deep sadness. And I remember I was walking around the town thinking to myself, there must be a way out. There must be a way out. And then we traveled to mesmerizing Gilgit, where, besides finding the Switzerland of Pakistan, I found the most peaceful, generous, kind, and caring humans on earth. They took every possible and available step to make our travel during pandemic memorable and peaceful. People for whom what matters is to be good to people. People who understand, a little bit like Mr. Rabbit and I, that what you give in life is what you receive. So I decided to give back and make these videos with my Stuck in Pakistan during Pandemic series, where I share the beauty of these precious values with the whole world, together with the mesmerizing beauty of the nature that Pakistan has been gifted. And in my deepest dreams and aspirations, perhaps this could be the way out for those begging children I met, so that they can have a beautiful, fair and true childhood, having a chance to become the future citizens of Pakistan, the country which those children will remember that cared for them when they were children. I have been blessed with an amazing mom, and in spite of the fact that she was left alone to care for me when I was only 3 years old and had to work very hard to keep the family going when life wasn't easy, she understood one very important thing. She understood the power of education and made a lot of sacrifices for me so that I could get educated. Today, because of the sacrifices of my wonderful mom, I've blossomed into an educated, independent, confident, resourceful, woman. My mission is to help Pakistani mothers of those begging children to know that education is the way out of the street for their little children too. And why is it education? Because when I give you bread today, you can eat today. But when I teach you how to make bread, you can eat for the rest of your life. Seeing this from a wider perspective, education makes life easier, more peaceful, kind, appreciative, and meaningful.
Sometimes we go back to where we come from and our little comforts and little happiness that we experienced when we were little, like when he was little and his parents had him half a century ago, Coca-Cola. Can you imagine that? It's just unbelievable.
That's why I grew up so big and strong.
Oh, really? So the story goes...
Story goes that when I was a child growing up here in this village, one of the memories that I had was of drinking Pepsi or Coca-Cola out of a straw and a glass bottle. And when I went to the UK, England, it never tasted the same.
So now we're checking if it's going to taste like your childhood?
Yeah, absolutely. It tastes like my childhood. And
Come on then, let's
test it out.
test it out.
Let me take myself back here.
It's not my dream to see you drinking Pepsi, but it was my dream to see you here in your village to drink this Pepsi.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you.
So now the secret wish.
So I decided to create more series to help Pakistan. The country, the people, the precious environment and animals, to see things from different perspective. My perspective. And I hope my perspective will bring new tourists to this amazing country who will happily spend money here. My sincere hope is that my perspective will help Pakistani government to open their eyes to new ideas. That my perspective will help the women to have a way out for their precious children out of the streets, and will help men to understand that their wives are their partners, not their servants, and that behind every great man is not a woman. Actually, she stood beside him. She's with him, not behind him. That my perspective will help the very precious to my heart, mesmerizing nature of Pakistan, the environment and the precious animals, and how we can all live in harmony together on this precious planet we called home, planet Earth. Because we have only one home, and we need to find a way to live in peace, in harmony, in love with each other. And all this will be my little thank you for Pakistan to bless me with Mr. Rabbit. This is Stuck in Pakistan During Pandemic Part 7, the love story. And I hope this will be the lucky 7 that will foresee the brighter future for Pakistan.
Mr. Rabbit, so what is love?
Love is lots of little things put together. Things like kindness, being kind to your partner, trusting of your partner, being loyal to your partner, being forgiving to your partner, being patient with your partner. Simple things, nothing complicated, nothing complex.
Okay. like everyday life, what could that be?
Simple things like bringing lemon with water to bed in the morning to wake you up
Is that what you do?
every day.